Alright, there's a mention in the Tomb Raider 3. Let's try more. I wanted to just see what the remake, not the remaster, you know, brought to the Tomb Raider series, the controls and stuff like that. Because the controls was the biggest thing definitely for me, and the camera and stuff like that in the remaster that just didn't feel like a nice experience. So we're gonna get into it. I might encounter bugs because I did look up stuff about this game, the remake game Tomb Raider Anniversary. It's running at 120 FPS, and I forced it with a hack in window mode, and doing so the game wants to run by 60 frames per second by default. There could be some potential bugs, but I'm gonna do a let's try, so unless I'm gonna play through the entire game, you know, it's not going to be a big problem, hopefully. Very lightweight games. You have some good sound things, some nice that you can turn off some things here. I've disabled anti-aliasing because apparently that can cause some bugs with the shadows not being displayed, so I just, well, let's skip anti-aliasing then. Not a lot of things to tweak here, but a few things at least. Gonna use the Steam controller in gamepad mode, just like in Tomb Raider Remaster. Langes, let's do that. Display mode, but yeah, so even though it says 60 Hz, it's running at 120. But you know, I'm using a DLL file to kind of make it window mode, so it's not correctly. And it could apparently be some bugs with running this game at 120 Hz. But let's get into it. Starts pretty much like the first game, like the remastered and the original game here.
Now what's a man gotta do to get that sort of attention from you?
If that's the sort of attention you want, Larson, you're well on your way.
Sounds like fun, but I'm only here to make an introduction. Lara Croft, meet Jacqueline Natla of Natla Technologies.
Good afternoon, Miss Croft. My research department has recently turned its focus to the study of ancient artifacts, and I'm led to believe that with the right incentive, you're just the woman to find them for me.
I'm afraid you've been misled. I only play for sport.
Which is precisely why I've come to you, Miss Croft. This is a game you've played before, with your father. You both spent years searching for the Scion of Atlantis. All you needed was the location of Qualopec's tomb.
You found Vilcabamba.
How quickly can you get to Peru?
Vilcabamba continues to elude us, and my insistence that we press on in spite of these failures has morale low. I suspect Jenkins to be the author of this sedition. He simply refuses to accept the possibility that Atlantis is the foundation upon which all known civilizations were built. Increasingly, I find it is Lara alone who remains untainted by academic dogma and open-minded enough to see this truth.
So here it starts different than the original game. A little bit, you know.
Lo siento. No traje bastante cuerda.
Not to worry. I'll find another way up.
Right. Even though I'm using a gamepad, I don't know why, but the game is showing keyboard bind, so that's gonna be interesting. You have this roll move, jump move, very tiny jump there. Go Cadolos, quick fire. You have a crouch. And you have that grappling hook. You have an aim mode. I'm using mouse emulation here on my Steam controller. Right. First thing is that you're pretty much a lot more closer to Lara Croft in this remake here. And I would like to be able to, it would have been like fun to adjust that a little bit further away. Performance is really like, even compared to like the remake on my RTX 3070 and my Ryzen 5600X, it's using a little bit more of my CPU, but not a lot. But the GPU is pretty much not using a lot more than the remastered. Like I'm hitting maybe 15-20% GPU utilization and just a little bit like 1.3 gigabyte of VRAM usage with OBS recording and everything. So very lightweight game. I'm gonna turn off. Let's go. So we can jump. So yeah, it starts off a little bit different here. The biggest thing so far is that it would be nice to... I don't know what they mean by tapping E. What does E do? Since they're showing the wrong combination here, I don't know what they're meaning by tap E to go faster. It might be that they... Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. She does automatically grab. I think it's a nice... Like both this graphic and the old one has its charm. A little bit maybe a bit too much bloomy blurriness for this one, but... But yeah, these controls definitely feels smoother to me. I cannot deny that. Right? It's nice. Oh right, you're supposed to... That. Crouch normally, not weirdly like in Tomb Raider 3. And some automatic checkpoint. It is nice. Like again, and you have analog input here, so I really think that they should have, if they were to include modular controls, they should be more like the controls in this one. It's just, what it should have been. Okay, so that's the interact. Why they do... I don't know why they have a quick fire button in this. Okay, so here it comes back to starting off like the original game. If it's going to be quick time events, it's going to be problematic since they don't show the correct inputs for me. Since I'm using the controller here. Again, I don't know why it's not showing the correct inputs. No idea. I don't know why you have this quick shoot here, but could have just made that an interact instead of having that. Alright. Yeah, nice graphic, but I think again, I think the remastered graphic was also alright, you know, pretty interesting. Both of them have this more of a softer kind of model Lara Croft type. So right, you can have a manual grab if you want to have that too. Gamepad, it is detecting the gamepad of everything, so I have no idea why it's not showing the correct stuff. And you can do a manual save game. Okay. Right, but already here they have jumps way less high. The camera is not as good. You don't have as much of a free control over it. I think the original like level layout might have been almost more interesting than this one, maybe. Oh. Yeah, just having this analog input so far, just instead of the digital ones that even the modern contrast have in the other one, in the remaster, it just feels smoother. Right, so here we are again. Pretty close, but not... Right, and the lock-on was much more powerful here. Worked much better. Don't like that kind of blur, motion blur effect there. Right, so we cannot get up there. I like good. Alright. Already done it. Yeah, the motion blur is the most annoying thing in this game. And that they have changed the layout. But this is such a better lock-on. It keeps the lock-on on the enemy so far much better. Yeah, grapple and everything here. What? Oh, okay. I missed the tutorial. They wanted me to. Wanted me to drop down. I think, yeah, okay, yeah. I think I know which key it wanted me to use. The crouch and roll key. Yeah. Whee! Oh, secret. me to drop down, and then what? Camera still not good. That was a secret. Where? Where am I supposed to be going from here? It told me drop down. Won't go anywhere from here. Okay, I drop down. Still annoying. They are too fast. Okay, but this locks on better. Yeah, that makes a huge difference, is the lock on. Am I back? I'm back again, okay. Wait, what? So what was the point in me going here? Camera, please. Just like in the remaster, the camera is not a good one here. I must go that way. I'm just as confused as in the first game. Clearly, if I drop down I die, so clearly I must go this way. I can only go this way. I can't ascend, I can only... Not descend, I can only ascend here. Whee! We are back here. Back here. And it's telling me to drop off. That was just a secret. Secret got me here. Oh, we could go. Yeah, the animation to get the guns up are quicker. That's nice, but the best thing is the lock-on is much better with the enemy so far. It is nice to have checkpoints also. I gotta say that I do find that interesting. And not that it's a problem or anything, but oh, there's a Why are you aiming? Locking on like that? I'm guessing they are right below me. Oh, this is so bad. Stop it. Why would you act? Oh, they should not have it. Yeah. Alright, yeah, combat is still shit. They should not have added all of this shaking there. That's just not fun. If they could have gotten the controls more like this in the remaster, I think that would have been more fun for me than this. Probably. It seemed like they add a lot of floof that doesn't really seem that interesting to me. Right, so where do we go now? Can I try something? Okay. Yeah, they really changed the level in this remake. I don't think I feel that was that necessary. Would have liked these controls and the old classical remastered graphic and layout quite a lot. All of these extra bit of floof, not the most necessary thing to have. Okay, so you might be able to drop down and do some stuff there. Camera is still a little bit... It's better. I'm not feeling any headache or anything, but... But yeah, the camera is still not great. Still has its problem. For sure. Best is definitely that you have more granular analog inputs. Makes a big difference, and it's definitely nice to have more of a responsive jump than the tile-based jump. You can still do this up like that. Yeah. They would have gotten more of this feel to the modern controls template. I think a few more people might have been, you know, might have gotten to get into the remastered a little bit easier.
There must be a way to open this door.
Unnecessary. Yeah, not everything is better with this, you know, with this version of the game, that is for sure. Color seems to be also a little bit more muted than the controls in or more than the colors in the remaster. I think I like the little bit more oomphy colors that that one had. No auto fire, that's a shame. Right. The enemies die easier, so far the combat has been a little bit easier, but the thing with they grabbing you, you having to shake up and getting like knocked down, having to press jump, that things felt unnecessary to me. No real music in this one, or the first Tomb Raider, I guess. Oh. And what did that do? What? Okay, that's... Is that my HP? Is that really low? Well, I guess it was really low, taking a lot of damage. I did not even mean to do that, but alright. Did I miss something that I could do here? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, that is not a good animation there. With the blur and everything. Well, animation nice, but the blur in its effect there. Is this running on... Oh, DirectX 9. I could have used maybe an HDR upscaler to get more oomph in the game. Maybe I should do a Let's Try More with HDR on. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Yes, I would like to save. This will be a short one. I will do a Let's Try More with HDR on in this one. So I'm curious to see... What? Press the right mouse to... Sure. Sure, that's cool. But yeah, okay. Let's save. I will be back with a Let's Try More tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to enable HDR in this game just for fun to see if what it does to the colors and everything. What happens if I do this? Alright, so I think the controls overall, you know, like the analog input and stuff, you know, the lock-on is much more powerful. That feels good. Graphics, like, sure, it's something, but I did think that the remastered had a very nice graphical extra fidelity to them. They could have done more with that. So the graphics here are, you know, like, both has their pros and cons. And gameplay wise, you know, I liked a lot with the less like hand holding type, like go around, try to see where you're going, and here it feels more linear and a lot more floofed up with your grapple hook, with your swinging thing. I think I would have like, yeah, I think like taking the controls with the lock on from this game would have made me play the remaster more and probably enjoy that maybe even more than this one. It seems to be a lot of this like press this to do that, like quick time event kind of thing, and do this action to shake loose, that I find takes away from the core of Lara Croft, that is, you know, an puzzle, a little bit of puzzle, but more of like a platform adventure action game with a little bit of action in it. So yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow coming up, me trying this with HDR on, hopefully. If not, well then this is it for the try here. It's been interesting and great to do this. The biggest difference is definitely that I just enjoy the controls better in this, you know, and that's the thing. In the original, I did not enjoy the controls, so I did not play that game. And the remaster came out and they announced we're gonna have modern controls. That's why I got, you know, interest in that. And I think that's a shame that they couldn't have taken these controls into that game. It would have been more, you know, broaden the user base. That's the thing. You like the tank controls, you play with tank controls. If you didn't like them, you wanted a different experience, you would have gotten, you know, to do that with the modern controls. But the modern controls works not great at all in you know, the remaster. And here the controls just, you know, I'm not fighting the controls, I don't find them annoying or anything like that. It's just an overall smoother experience. That, you know, again doesn't feel that I think this is the great game, because, you know, it adds a lot of floof with grappling, with swinging, and with, you know, with the bars that you can swing on, and like with the combat having like do this to shake loose, do this to get up if you're knocked down, do this to super. I don't think that adds a lot to the game for me personally. So, you know, I would have, you know, again, the middle ground would have been, you know, perfect for me, but I would have enjoyed probably more the classic game if just I could have gathered more of these controllers. Yes, that's what it is. You don't have to agree or think that's great, but that would have, I think that would have been great to broaden the user base, to have that, to give that opportunity. But it would, in this game, you know, I think this overall is nice. You can see why some might really enjoy it. It would definitely be interesting. We see what's gonna happen when I do Let's Try More, because I would like a little more oomph to the color palettes. I think that the RTX upscaling could add that, and see how much of the quick time and combat will feel. Maybe we'll see how long the Let's Try More will be, or if I want to dig more into the game. But yeah, pretty nice. I would like to turn off the motion blur in this, but it still seems nice. And we'll see if I will run into any like game-breaking bugs with the 120 FPS that might break. Apparently some NPC or AI or physics things. So yeah, stay tuned for that coming up. Let's try more of this game tomorrow. And you know, you can leave a comment, a like if you want to do that. Follow or check back to the channel if you don't want to miss Let's Try and Let's Plays and stuff like that. And nothing else, have a great day and goodbye for now.